seminar is to let teachers in this valley know about Korea so they can expand their horizon. So when they teach history in their class, maybe this seminar information can be useful in their teaching.
Great pleasure to participate in this seminar on Korea that has been organized by the Silicon Valley Korean School. Korea is a very important subject for Americans today. Korea is an ally of the United States. The division of the Korean nation into two states, North and South Korea, has created what the social scientists call a natural experiment. And we've been able to see the difference that it's made in the North having a totalitarian system and in the South having a democracy. This is a very important thing for students to see. And South Korea has become an important country in its own right. If it were in Europe, it would be considered a major power by everyone because it has 50 million people. It's one of the world's largest manufacturing and trading nations. And of course, Korea today is a dynamic democracy.
My name is Mark Peterson. I teach Korean Studies at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. This program today was very good. The teachers came out of their own free will. Were very attentive, very interested in what was going on. I enjoyed my presentation on what you need to know about Korea. They responded very well to that. Suzie gave a lot of very interesting information about the Korean American community, how it's quite diverse and it's not just one thing, but it's diverse politically, ethnically, and there are gaps between the parents and the children because of the changes in acculturation to American culture. It was a very good presentation. Then David Straub's presentation on North Korea was marvelous. He's been a diplomat for 30 years, worked in the Seoul embassy, worked in the Korea desk in Washington, and he knows a lot about Korea and knew a lot about North Korea, and his presentation helped us to understand a lot more about how North Korea is motivated, why they do what they do, and where they come from. So it really helped a lot to understand North Korea from David Straub's presentation. Then the other activities, food was wonderful, the Taekwondo demonstration was wonderful, the calligraphy demonstration was wonderful. Great credit to the organizers of the Silicon Valley School that put this together, so thank you very much.
Really enjoyed what I learned from the presenters today for North and South Korean relations and how a lot of that was influenced by the way North and South Korea were set up in the context of the Cold War. Big snippets about how culture and gender roles were changing are things I'd like to take to my classroom when we do like an East Asia or Korean history unit. It would be interesting to look at Professor Dr. Peterson's books and documents and look at how laws, inheritance and adoption laws are changing and how that's reflecting a shift in women's roles. It'd be interesting to do a lesson on why exactly Korea was divided instead of Japan after World War II. It'd be a lot of the information from the presenters we could use for simulations to negotiate on North Korea's nuclear program. So a lot of interesting ideas we can take to the classroom and just kind of start applying directly, especially in the history classroom. So it's a pretty solid use of a Saturday afternoon, I'd say.
loved about the presentations today was I was able to learn so much more about my Korean students' culture and their history. I'm an ancient world history teacher and a modern world history teacher, and I love that I can talk with the students and include both the ancient history of Korea and how that affected the development of the world, as well as the modern history of Korea and talking about the Korean War. So I really look forward to being able to talk with my Korean students, knowing about the information, but also let them share their culture with their classmates. So it was an amazing experience.